Hey guys, I am on live and I thought I would do a little something special. I'm answering basically all the questions that I got in Christmas 2020 when I went live pretty much every day to answer your questions, and I thought it would be really cool to put them all together to see how you guys like it and what I could do more of. I'm literally bouncing this tripod on my bed right now. So I basically typed out all the questions and I put them on this document here to see what I could do more of. And it's going to be an interesting one because I'm not even going to post this one. I'm actually going to post it in a different place. But it should be a lot of fun to see what you guys also think. So let me know if you have any other questions coming up. I know there's a couple of people on live. So I'll begin with the first one that I got during the other Christmas break, and it was this was a fun one. It came out in 3 parts, but I put down the essential one in 1 part, and it's: why do you think it's in a woman's nature to wait for the guys to make the first move or ask them out first? Which is really funny. This actually is a post about when you're trying to approach a woman, and there's a lot of anxiety involved with approaching a woman first, because as with anything else, you guys will always feel anxiety when you think that it's about approaching the woman, when you can actually use cues in the environment to actually get yourself there. So what you want to do is remember that both parties are always going to be nervous when they're out. Doesn't matter where they are. And this is why there's this thing called the flirting techniques to actually get you through the door. But first of all, remember this. There is a social conditioning that's going on where women are told to, most of the time, depending on the culture, wait for the guy to do his part. And that's why you're going to get a lot of women waiting for you to make the first go. The reason why you feel so anxious about it is because you're pretty much assuming it's going to go the wrong way, or you're going to get rejected, or you're going to be stared at it the wrong way. So that's one thing that I can tell you. It's both parties involved. You got to check out for the signs that the other person wants to reach you. And the second thing is that as the person who is supposed to be strong and supposed to show the intention when you're heading out, you kind of want to remember that it's your intentions that are being examined as you go. So without question, what do you think it's a woman's nature? It's not. That's a social conditioning. But there's plenty of women who will go high first. So that's a fun one. So how do you know when you overdid a chat? That was the second question. It's kind of hilarious because you can overdo it. You can forget that you're not necessarily in the right spot. It's usually when you are lacking in attention, when you are being dismissed, and when you realize that you can't really, when you're talking to the people and you realize that on the chat, wherever you are, even as in person, you have not stated your intentions fast enough. You have kind of made it clear that you just sort of want to hang out, but you haven't really mentioned what you want in that situation, so that's fun. So that's how you know when you overdid a chat, when you're not getting back that energy that you want. Then I got a third one here. Why do men have to initiate? Kind of ties in with the other first question. Like I said before, men initiate. It's kind of expected because once you know what you want, once you know if you are enjoying someone's company, it's expected that your intentions will be clear. So that's why it's a very important thing to realize when you're kind of out there, that all you got to do is just communicate. Doesn't necessarily mean that you will be the one saying hi first or not, but as long as you make it clear where you are, that'll be a lot of fun. So let me know, whoever's on this live, can make a comment or whatever if you got any questions, because this won't be posted unless I'm on YouTube. So I hope that answers that. There's no real reason why you have to do certain things. You actually need to be leading you need to be leading in your own life. It doesn't mean that you're going to be leading the conversation or initiating. These are different things. So, and then the fourth one here. Are men actually allowed to share what they expect out of a female they want to date? That one is funny because I completely agree that you should be able to allowed to share what you expect in the date. You should be able to talk to the girl on your own expectations and what you want and your desires and, you know, where you're going. These need to be shared. Like, it can't be all about, you know, making the other person happy. You kind of need to state what you are doing there. And then the fifth one we got here is, do girls think the same way about dating? So girls typically do have a kind of like sense that they want to enjoy their time. They want to, you know, have that same energy back. They want to know that they're about to go out, have a good time, have a connection, have that momentum, that energy that tells them that they should keep going with the date, because so many times we're looking out for everything that tells them that that person's not worth pursuing, basically. So yeah, in a way, girls think the same way about dating. Is it normal for a 21-year-old guy to have never dated or had a girlfriend before? I remember mentioning this one before. I see a couple of people have joined. Hey guys. There is no such thing as really a timeline apart from the timeline that you use yourself. So remember, don't keep up with the Joneses just because you have a neighbor or someone out there who decides to, I don't know, do something with their life and, you know, have that, either the relationship or some kind of like, I don't know, a car, education, a job, whatever it is that you want to do, like want to have, go for it. There is no reason to be jealous of others, and there's no reason to be insecure about what you've got in your life. Then I've got the last one here. Have I ever made the first move? This is a fun one. I have definitely made the first move on many accounts, for everything, from the chat to the hello to affection, everything. If I feel it, I do it. If I know it, I say it. To me, there's more pain in not expressing than suppressing that and not expressing. So that's a big deal. So I hope that answers that question. The whole point of this was to tell you guys that it's okay to be you when you're pursuing a girl. It's okay to make that first step. It's okay to be confident, and it's okay to, it's like, you know, don't start questioning things that may not look like they're not working for you. Don't start questioning like the protocol when you feel like there's so much pressure to do something. When you think about it the reverse way, there's actually no pressure at all. It's more the fact that you feel like you absolutely have to do something and do it well. That's not true. You can easily fail at something and learn something and keep going. You can easily succeed at something and go, is this really for me at all? Like, it's always a choice. If you look at it from that perspective, things can get easier for you, and then you'll also be like, well, hang on, if I do want this, then what's my game plan? Like, what do I want? What's your intention? What's my intention here? And that, guys, is how you should be approaching everything. Like, I mean, not should, but half the time, like, I've even had, like, older people ask, you know, what, you know, like, oh, the time has gone so fast, where it'll go. I have this feeling, this inner belief that you really do need to have an intentional day in order to make the most out of your time. So that's what happens when you are in that vibe, in that energy. So yeah. And there's nothing wrong with doing things differently. Everything works for, like, things work for everyone in, like, how do I put this? Things work. What works for you may not work for someone else. And just because they may have had success with whatever they just did, you just look at that as their experience. Like, you can't, you know, just judge what's happening, because everyone's on a different timeline, everyone's on a different experience. It's a journey, and that's why I'm here as well, to support that journey of, you know, getting into the relationship, asking that woman out, telling her and yourself what it is that you actually want. So it's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys got something out of that. I will see you soon, guys. Ciao. You got this. You got this.